For more tips and tricks, don't forget to hit that button and subscribe. Also, ring the bell so you can get notifications anytime I have new videos. Welcome to Paulstoolbox. I'm Paul Ricalde, and today we're going to be covering overhangs. I'm going to show you a different way to do your overhangs, a way that I've done for years and it works well. Now, I'm going to do a close-up of it. I'm making a mini mock-up as well as a large full-size shed. I have two winners from a previous video that I was supposed to mention on my last video, and I'm sorry I didn't, guys. I have so much going on right now that I just totally forgot about it. So, my two winners are going to be in the description box below. You have to look down in the description box below to find your name. If your name is on there, Paulstoolbox is going to be next to it, a link. You click that link, you go to my website, and you give me your information, and we'll have some Stone Coat Epoxy sent to you. Two people won a half-gallon kit. You have 10 days from the time this is posted to get back with me. Let's get started on the video. I dropped this on the ground because I want you guys to see exactly how everything's done, and I'm going to get a bird's eye view of it. I used a scrap piece of sheathing for this, so I was a little bit shy on the height. I just took a little strip and tacked it on there. So on my original shed that I built, I just went up with it and popped the line and cut it after. This way is a little bit easier. If you set it on the blocks and you get it the exact height that you want, it's going to be easier. If this is a 1/2 inch sheet, you want it a 1/2 inch lower. If it's 3/8 inch thick, you want it 3/8 of an inch lower. That way it will not touch right here. It's going to give you the overhang. If this was flush right across here, when I put my sheathing on for my roof, it would stick up and you'd have a bump right there. You don't want to have that. You don't want it too low either, because when you go to put your overhang, you want to have a flat surface for this to sit on. And you'll see what I'm talking about in just a second. My roof pitch is on an 18.5 degree angle. That's a 412 pitch. You want to have this overhang cut at that 18.5 degree angle. You want a 412 pitch so it matches. Now, to cut this, you can use your table saw, or you could use a regular circular saw. These are my two favorite saws when I'm doing heavy work. I recently purchased the Metabo, and I haven't had this one all that long either, but I tell you what, both of them are very impressive as far as power goes and everything else. And there's some features that both of them have that I really like. One of them, the Metabo has, is a cord that plugs into here if my battery runs low. So I love that. It'll go in your saws, your drills, any one of the 36 volt systems. When you go from AC to DC, it's the same amount of power. So that's a really big plus. The degrees on here, they jump up 5 degrees at a time. So I have to guess where 18.5 degree is. I don't like that feature. I'd much rather have a dial that shows everything. I can fine tune this at 18.5 degrees and rip it where I'm gonna have trouble with this saw, because I'm gonna have to try to line it up with something or guess, and I don't like guessing when I'm cutting something that I need done right. These are my Works Pegasus sawhorses. You gotta have these things, man, and believe me, they come in handy. Here's my board. I cut it at 4.5 inches. I set it up here, and I need it to go in line with this when my roof sheathing goes on there. So I'm going to take another board, set right on top of that. I'm going to take a piece of wood, tack on the side of this. I have a 4.5 inch overhang. So I wanted to go 5 inches from a rafter because this is 1/2 inch thick. Right there I have 5 inches, and you look at my rafter here, and it's 16 inches to the center, right there. My next one is 32 inches, and so on. So when I drop a full sheet across there, it's gonna fall just right on the end. We take this board, we set it up here, we know we have our overhang, right? So we'll put this together. So let's make it 1.5 inches. Now you see it's touching at the end, right here. So when I set my board across here, it's going to match. Now I can run screws right where my rafter is. So I can see my rafter, and I'll just pre-drill it. I'll go down a little bit, and on an angle. I won't go all the way through with this because I want my screw to bite. So I'm gonna put it right here. We're about 1.5 inches in. What I mean is this is overlapping about 1.5 inches. You could use 2.5 or 3-inch screws, and you just put on that angle, and you run it in. It's gonna countersink. Then when you get your sheathing and everything else on there, it's not going anywhere. I put my speed square on here, mark my line. This is flat, so it matches. And I have my angle here, 18.5. Same with this side over here. And that's just gonna go in this direction for the peak. And I got my other side, I'll do the same thing. I'll take this and go down, about 1.5 inches in, and on an angle. Just like this. You see the steep angle? That way I'm biting into the meat of the wood and not going out. You want that screw to be below the surface. I put my overhang. It comes out, and I need it to rest right up against this and be the height to match my ceiling. So I put these little 2x4s, and I just ran some screws into my rafters. Now I can jam it in there, and it gives me the right angle, and it keeps it tight, so I can run a screw through the sheathing into each one of my rafters. I like to be right on the corner so I can see the edge. These Louisville ladders are awesome. They have all the fittings to hold my different bits, my drills, all my tools. It's made to where you can lean it against something. So this leans and bites real well. It's just an excellent ladder. The last thing would be to take my sheathing, my roof sheathing, and put across here. And what it would do is tack into my overhang and my rafters, and it locks everything together. We're gonna have a giveaway with Easy Pro Texture. This thing here is super cool. This gun hooks up to this bag, and this one's empty right now because I've been using the heck out of it. I've been texturing all types of stuff at my mom's house. It's an older house. I'm renovating her bathroom, and I've been hitting other things with it because it is so easy to use. All you need is 60 PSI to make this thing work. And you're just talking about little shots. So it doesn't matter if you have a big tank or a small tank. You can touch up most walls with this. Anything with a light texture, orange peel, or even a knockdown, you can take care of with this bag. It's pre-mixed. So all you do is spray your little area, pop it off, and it takes a second to rinse out, and you're done. You wrap things up and you're gone. We're gonna choose 2 people as winners from the first 100 people that comment. And if more people drop comments after that, you never know. We might have another gun to give away. I'll see you guys on the next project. Don't forget to subscribe. Check out Paul's Toolbox for all my archive videos. And thanks for watching.